Hey there, pirates! Welcome aboard the Anime No Mi channel. Sanji is finally going to have his moment of evolution in One Piece, training with the left arm of the Pirate King. After all, he is one of the wings of the Pirate King, and now we will see how this will unfold. Sanji has always been a character surrounded by a mix of potential and mystery. Since his introduction in One Piece, he has stood out not only for his strength, but also for his strategic intelligence and the way his development took a different path compared to the other members of the monster trio. While Luffy and Zoro have always had linear growth based on pure physical strength, Sanji has always compensated with unique techniques, speed, refined haki, and a completely distinct fighting style. I hope for your support to help our crew win, and to do so, you just need to click the thumbs up button, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. By doing this, you will win an incredible devil fruit, so just comment which fruit you want. With the introduction of Scoper Gaban in chapter 1139, certain elements have started to fit together in a way that may have been planted for quite some time. He is presented as a former member of Roger's Pirates, and his physical and personality traits bear striking similarities to Sanji. His laid-back appearance, carefree attitude, sarcastic way of handling serious situations, and even his skill with Axe's weapons. That, like Sanji's legs, are associated with quick cuts and devastating blows. All of this could be just a coincidence, but in One Piece, coincidences are rarely just that. Sanji became incredibly powerful after the Wano arc, reaching a strength level comparable to Zoro and Luffy, especially after awakening the genetic modifications his family had always expected of him. However, this might just be the beginning. The level of a Yonko is on a completely different scale from any ordinary pirate, and even though Sanji has surpassed one of Kaido's commanders, there is still a long way to go before he reaches the level of monsters like Shanks, Blackbeard, or Luffy. This raises the question, how could Sanji reach that level? The answer might lie in Scoper Gaban. In chapter 1139, Oimo mentions that among Roger's pirates, two members were exceptionally stronger than the others. One was Rayleigh, and the other was a man known as the Mountain Devourer. Given the way he was described, it seems obvious that this man is Scoper Gaban. If he was truly comparable to Rayleigh and capable of destroying an entire mountain of enemies on his own, then his strength is on a completely different level. The connection between Scoper and Sanji may become even clearer due to another detail: the way he was introduced. In the middle of a serious conversation, he calls himself the Missionary of Love, something Luffy immediately associates with Sanji, imagining that this is how his cook would be when he got old. Although this comment was made in a joking tone, One Piece often uses this kind of humor to hint at future connections. If Oda wanted the audience to associate the two characters, it might be because there is something deeper there. If Scoper Gaban trained with Roger and Rayleigh, it is likely that he has an extremely advanced understanding of Haki. Rayleigh, for example, taught Luffy how to use Haki efficiently, allowing him to master techniques such as advanced Conqueror's Haki and the projection of armament Haki. If Scoper Gaban is on the same level, then it makes sense that he could teach something similar to Sanji. But what could Sanji learn? One of Sanji's most notable traits is his absurd speed. Since Enies Lobby, he has consistently demonstrated that he is the fastest among the Straw Hats, and his fight against Queen reinforced this. He not only moves at high speed, but can also become practically invisible to the naked eye, a feat described as rare within the world of One Piece. However, this ability still has limitations. Unlike Kizaru, who moves at the speed of light, Sanji still depends on physical movement. If he could combine his speed with advanced armament Haki, he might reach a level where his attacks surpass even those of opponents who rely on pure endurance, such as Kaido or Big Mom. Another interesting detail is that Scoper Gaban was described as using axes in combat. This may seem irrelevant at first glance, but Sanji's fighting style has always been linked to quick cuts and destructive techniques based on impact. When he uses Diablo Jambe, his kicks burn like flaming blades, and after awakening his genetic enhancements, his attacks became even more devastating. If Gaban is a master in using heavy weapons, he could teach Sanji how to channel even more energy into his attacks, perhaps even combining advanced Haki in a way that increases his destructive capability. Moreover, Gaban has lived in Elbaf for over 20 years. This means he may have learned something from the giants. In One Piece, the warriors of Elbaf are known for their absurd strength and unique combat techniques, such as the Spears of Elbaf, which we saw Dory and Brogy use against a Baroque works ship. If Scoper Gaban incorporated any of this into his fighting style, he could pass this knowledge on to Sanji. But perhaps the most important aspect is Conqueror's Haki. So far, Sanji has not demonstrated possessing this ability, but considering his lineage, it is possible that he could have an awakening similar to Zoro's. Conqueror's Haki does not manifest only innately. It can be refined and used in combat in extremely advanced ways, as we have seen with Kaido, Shanks, and Luffy. If Sanji is trained by someone someone of Gaban's caliber, he may discover that he always had this latent ability but never knew how to use it properly. Another point supporting this theory is the way Sanji has been treated within the crew. In the Wano arc, he finally solidified himself as one of the elite fighters, decisively defeating Queen. However, unlike Luffy and Zoro, he has never had a master to truly guide him on the path of evolution. Luffy had Rayleigh, Zoro had Mihawk, and now, perhaps, it is Sanji's turn to find someone who will take him to the next level. If there is anyone who can do that, it is Scoper Gaban. The mentor-student relationship is a recurring theme in One Piece. Luffy learned from Rayleigh, Zoro trained with Mihawk, and even Usopp received training from Heracles. But Sanji never had that. He learned to cook with Zeph, but his evolution as a fighter was always self-driven. Now, with Scoper Gaban in the picture, this could be the perfect opportunity for him to reach the level of a Yonko. If Gaban truly is as strong as they say, and if he has the necessary knowledge to elevate Sanji to that level, then we may be about to witness one of the greatest power leaps in the series. The truth is that Sanji has always been afraid of becoming like his brothers. He fears losing the essence that makes him human, his emotions. During the whole Cake Island arc, when he finds himself trapped in Germa's experiments, this vulnerability becomes explicit. Confronted with his innate abilities, he undergoes an identity crisis, questioning whether his strength truly belongs to him or if it is merely a reflection of what his family imposed on him. This is a deep dilemma that goes beyond a simple pursuit of power. Sanji fears losing his humanity, losing the emotions that set him apart from his brothers, and perhaps from many other characters in the world of One Piece. This brings us directly to the crucial point. Sanji's training is vital, not only because of the need to evolve physically, but also because this training is a way to reaffirm his own path. He knows he cannot follow the same path as the other crew members because his destiny is different. But to achieve this, he needs to grow in skill, overcome his fears, and take control of his power, instead of letting it be merely an extension of what his family expected of him. And this is precisely where the possibility of a mentor like Scoper Gaban becomes even more relevant. Gaban is a character who, despite his relatively recent introduction, possesses unparalleled experience and wisdom. His connection with Roger and Rayleigh places him in a unique position to teach someone like Sanji. It is not just a matter of physical strength, but of combat philosophy and understanding what it means to be a true warrior. Gaban can provide Sanji with the kind of training he has always needed to take his fighting skills to a new level without losing his essence. When we think about Scoper Gaban's power, we envision something beyond just physical ability. He is described as someone capable of destroying mountains with his bare hands and, more importantly, as possessing a strategic mindset that makes him an unparalleled fighter. Gaban does not fight merely for victory, but for mental and physical supremacy over his opponents. For Sanji, someone who values intelligence and reasoning in combat, learning from Gaban could be a game changer. He does not just need strength. He needs the wisdom to apply that power efficiently. He must learn to fight with precision, to control the intensity of his attacks, and above all, to avoid losing himself in his own power. Sanji must become stronger, but he needs to become stronger in a smart way. He needs to use his speed and agility with refined strategy. And this is where Gaban's training becomes crucial. He will not only train Sanji to be faster and stronger, but also to be more cunning and astute. Sanji needs to learn to fight not just with his legs, but with his mind, creating attacks that defy his enemies' expectations and adapt to every situation. Therefore, this training is not just about increasing Sanji's strength. It is a vital tool for Sanji to maintain the essence of who he is and to become the strongest version of himself. A Sanji who is unafraid to be who he is, to protect others, and to grow stronger without losing his humanity. That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.